Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today, I wanted to take a look at 5 Tacoma under the hood mods. You know, it is that time of the year. If you're looking to buy something for a Tacoma owner, maybe an enthusiast, a modder, or maybe you're just looking for something for yourself, there's a lot of deals out there right now. And speaking of deals, real quick, I have to say, Pedal Commander is available, $30 off, discount code RobMotive1 at pedalcommander.com. But we're not really on here to talk about Pedal Commander today. We're here to talk about 5 under the hood Tacoma mods. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. First off is the cold air intake. Pretty simple mod to do, and it's a pretty common mod, I think, amongst Tacoma enthusiasts. Now, this one, you might have noticed, is not really a cold air intake. It's just an air intake. It's open. The difference is a cold air intake has a closed box and sucks in cold air. Generally, in the Tacoma, there's an opening right down there. I'm sure you probably can't see it, but cold air would flow in through there and then on through the system. This one I like, and it is a K&N style, came from Rugged Ridge, I think, but it gives you a nice throaty growl from underneath the hood. Don't really need to do an exhaust or anything because this will satisfy that sound urge. And I also customized mine. Before I put it in, I went ahead and scuffed up the tube here and painted it lime green to match my lime green Tacoma. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 mod, if you will, if you're so inclined, and it really does dress it up a bit underneath the hood. Next up are, of course, hood struts. These things are freaking awesome. What they do, if you're not familiar, maybe you're not a Tacoma enthusiast, is they allow you to open the hood without having to screw with that rod. And it just takes a finger. That's it, and the hood opens. Love this mod. I think it is awesome. It's pretty easy to do, really, if you have a little bit of courage, because there is a little bit of drilling under here. Just make sure you don't pop through the top of the hood. That will ruin your day. And then it connects down below. These come from Redline Tuning, something that really makes it, I don't know, kind of cool to open your hood and take a look at the things you should be looking at, like oil, windshield wiper fluid, brake fluid, all that kind of stuff. Next up, the battery tie-down. This thing just dresses up the hood area a little bit. It's one of those aesthetic accessories. It's made out of an aluminum. It's got a pattern in it, kind of a topographical look to it. Many different colors available. I went with black to kind of blend in and then offset the kind of silver look behind it. And yeah, I know what you might be saying. I thought you hated silver and chrome, Rob. Well, I don't hate it. I just think it has its place. And its place for me is under the hood. These are pretty awesome. There is a link down below if you want to get a discount or pick these up. Pretty cool thing to add. It's very simple to do. Next up, the oil cap. The TRD oil cap. Now, this is a very simple thing. Obviously, you just take the old one off and screw the new one on. So if you're dealing with a budding modder, maybe somebody who's not real mechanically inclined but wants to do a little bit, that one is pretty darn simple. I'll give you a tip. Typically when you get these, they come without or with the interior emblem here, or the TRD and the little oil symbol, off. They're just an adhesive back sticker, if you will. Make sure you screw this thing on and get it where you want it before you put that on. Because if you put it on first, chances are you're going to twist this on and it's going to be facing that way or some way. It's going to be wrong. Mine's off a little bit because it actually came off of a different truck, so its threading is a little bit different. These come from Amazon, I think. Pretty simple to find out there. Next up, and this one is arguably a bit more complicated, the accessory switch. That's what I have right back here. It allows you to connect in any kind of an electrical accessory and then control it with a controller inside the truck. This eliminates having wires and things laying all over the place underneath your hood. You ever seen any pictures of that rat's nest that's down there from people that have put on different lights and all kinds of things on the truck? it looks terrible. This allows you to organize everything, keep it nice and neat, and makes the addition of electrical accessories pretty easy. It is fused, or rather it has a breaker built into it, in addition to the fuses that are under the cover for this thing. On the inside, you have the switch that can be mounted if you pick up one of these panels. There is a video on the channel that shows all this stuff if you're interested in checking it out further. This makes it pretty seamless. Really looks kind of OEM sitting in there, right? I mean, you have all your switches and things right here. Love the look of this thing, and the only wire that you have to run inside is the one connecting this switch panel to the auxiliary switch guts, if you will, the heart of it, right under here. The other thing about it is there's only 2 connections under here as well. Goes to the battery and then goes to a ground, which on this one you can't see, it's actually underneath. Pretty simple, but more complicated than any of the other ones that I've mentioned so far, obviously. Lastly, I'll give you a bonus number 6. You may have seen in some of my videos where I'm under the hood this little contraption right here. That is a garage door opener. I've created my own HomeLink system. What I did is I found the 2 contact points on the circuit board that's inside your garage door opener, so you got to pop it open, and soldered 2 wires to that. Those connect to a momentary switch, which when pushed, and momentary is truly that, it works for a moment. But when pushed, activates the garage door opener the same as you would if you pushed one of the buttons on the garage door opener itself and opens the garage door. Now, the benefit of having this kind of depends on how much it bugs you, I guess. If you don't have HomeLink with your truck, you'd have to have your garage door opener either stuck on your visor somewhere or maybe thrown down there somewhere, rattling around, making noise, in the way. This, I simply have a button. All I have to do is push the button, it activates the garage door, and it's just that simple. Pretty seamless. Now, what I did to do that, and again, there are install videos for all of these things on my channel, but I just popped out one of the blanks that was in here. Unless you've got all kinds of options, you're going to have blanks here. Drilled a hole in it, stuck the momentary switch in, screwed it down from the back. It has a nut on the back, soldered the wires to it, and I've got my connection. Pretty darn simple. The one thing that I want to mention, if you decide to do something like this, is make sure that you mount your garage door opener, which can be mounted underneath the knee panel inside. You don't have to run it out here like I did, but make sure you leave it accessible because you will have to change the battery in it eventually. If you want to take this mod one step further, find a way to connect that up to the battery so you never have to change the battery. Anyway, those are just 5, really 6 Tacoma under the hood mods. Maybe Christmas gift ideas, maybe gift ideas for yourself. Leave a comment. Let me know if you've ever done any of these. I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.